Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Casey the Space Shaman,
And I am Arys.
and this is our first of many beautiful rituals and ceremonies we're going to do. So it is the full moon lunar eclipse.
Yes, it is in Scorpio.
Very cool. So we wanted to do a special little event. We've been doing a ton of training, a ton of practice with
Our psychic abilities.
yeah, just like a deep dive into developing our psychic abilities like either of us have never done before. So I've been asking a lot of questions of Akasha, and it started out, what, about a year ago that you had your first?
Yeah.
Oh, we got our phone. We wanted to make sure it was working on YouTube, so our phone just started playing the live stream.
We're good.
So was it more about a year ago that you had your reading and it connected to Akasha?
No, it was probably like 7 or 8 months ago, I'd say, when I first was connected to Akasha. Yeah. Now we've been playing, especially recently, been taking a deep dive and just asking such fun and like wild questions.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of. Oh, here we got some people joining on. Brianna's here. Hi, Brianna.
Hi.
Catherine. Hi.
Catherine.
And Jay. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Michael Skilton. A Nike
A
Koyaki.
Nike Koyaki.
Yes, a Nike
Hello,
Koyaki.
Mike.
Hi. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of start out with a group healing ceremony. So anyone who is in need of healing, whether you have physical issues or mental, emotional things,
Yes.
whatever you need of healing for, we're going to channel. It's going to be a spirit-led and channeled group healing. And then we're going to open up the floor. We're going to do all kinds of things. We're just kind of hanging out. So I would say just go ahead and grab a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like to drink on.
Get cozy. Put on something you feel cozy in. Get a blanket.
Yeah.
Get set up.
And just hang out and have an evening of fun, relaxation, and spirit play.
Yeah.
So
yes, I'm so excited.
Very cool. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. Let's do a little breath.
Okay.
Breath to start out.
Okay, 703.
Okay, so
breath work.
We're gonna do infinity breathing. So this is in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the nose. So Arys is gonna breathe, and I'm gonna talk us through the first few breaths, and then we'll continue breathing on our own, do a couple of breath holds, and then we'll jump into some healing. So whoever is ready to receive, begin on your next breath. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the nose. Nose, mouth, mouth, nose. Nose, mouth, mouth, nose. Continue breathing. Three more. Two. Last one. Deep breath in and hold. Just hold your breath, gently squeezing up to your head. And exhale. Hold with your lungs empty. Your body is fully oxygenated. There's no need to continue breathing. You can hold with your lungs empty for longer than you might think you'd be able to hold. Just holding. Deep breath fully in. Pack your lungs full. More air. More. Hold. And slowly exhale. Sinking into your body. Drop into the body now. Let's all arrive here in this moment, in this place, right here and now. Let's arrive here at the present moment. We're all choosing to be here, and we're going to open up a collective, co-creative space. A space where, although we may seemingly be separated by distance and time, we can all choose in spirit to be here together in one unified field, in one collective, co-creative space where we can all experience the same things, share in the same medicine, and be in the same place. We are here. So Arys and I are going to start channeling. Open yourself to receive, saying from your heart, I am open to receive this healing.
It's an adventure too, not just a healing. It's a spiritual journey that we're all taking together.
See in the center of our collective space, floating above our lower hearts, above our solar plexus area, a crystal with many facets, a crystal ball with many little beautiful diamond-like cuts in it. And in this crystal sphere around all of our muhukoyas, above our solar plexuses, see a light shining from high in the upper world, hitting this crystal and dispersing light in many different patterns all throughout our energy fields, cleansing and awakening us.
I feel it connecting to all of our third eyes as well, helping to open and expand our spiritual mind.
Feel any areas in your body or your mind that feel particularly dense, heavy, or contracted. And invite this energy which is shining through this crystal, opening our third eyes, to come into these areas that are heavy, dense, or contracted, and to just start to soften it and fill it with this beautiful, complex light. And feel as the heaviness, the contracted energy, the anxiety, whatever discomforts are there, just start to dissolve and fade away into the glowing light.
I feel like I'm being like supercharged with so much energy right now.
The energy of the dragons wants to come out to play now. Arys and I are very deeply connected with the dragons, and they want to share with us their fire. So open up to know that their fire can be a beautiful cleansing fire that burns away those things which no longer serve us. Burn away old versions of ourselves that we no longer need to be carrying, limiting beliefs, energies, blockages, imprints, all of these things. So see the form of these giant dragons in front of each one of us, and feel no fear as they open their powerful jaws wide and begin to breathe their dragon fire through us. Drink it in.
Wow. And each of these dragons have brought an egg to each one of our heads, and they're placing it right on top of where our spiritual egg is. What is it called?
The Vita
The Vita. Instead of hatching, I just feel this egg cracking over our crown, dripping into our crown and around our bodies. Feel it sliding through the third eye, cleansing and opening down the face, coating the throat and the heart, mingling with the energies that we already hold in our heart, allowing for space for energies to move where they belong. Feeling this fire in our heart awaken more, deeper, brighter, fiercer, yet softer. And just feel this substance from the egg as it mingles with the heart, pulling and directing this energy, this fire in our heart, so that directly allocated to the correct places in our bodies where it belongs. Into the belly, the solar plexus, moving down the arms, into the hips, and our root, down the legs, to the feet.
Feels so nourishing.
Mm-hmm. I heard Drethia, our one dragon, she's feminine. She said, "You're damn right it's nourishing."
I love you, Drethia.
Me too. So sassy. If you need to move your body, if it's loosening you up at all, just always feel free to move the body.
All of this energy is flowing, settling in and integrating where it needs to settle. I want you to feel the questions burning in your heart, not the simple ego questions, the ones where we want to know about what's going to happen. Am I going to get this job? How am I going to make all this money? Will this person enter into a relationship with me, or etc.? But the true questions that your soul wants to know, the questions about the nature of reality, the questions about things that otherwise would be almost impossible to answer, questions you can't find the answers to in a book, questions about things like what are angels, questions about the gods and goddesses, questions about the nature of how this planet works, why we lose our memory here. Feel the questions that are truly burning in your soul, the deeper questions beyond the mind, and allow them to percolate for in a moment when we open up for akashic record questions. Questions are good. Questions are powerful. They open us up to more possibility. They open us up to new realms of being and new layers of reality, new powers and new abilities. They connect new psyche lines, new luminous fibers that weave together to form reality.
Yeah, they can completely alter and shift the morphic fields that this planet operates under currently. We've been experiencing lots of that.
Yeah, it was amazing. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to open this up. Anyone who has questions, we're going to do Akashic record readings. So if you have questions about anything, into the nature of reality or whatever you'd like to know, type them in the comments now. But yeah, so we were together asking questions and receiving answers. And there was so much energy flowing. We just felt like, man, anything is possible right now. And so we were holding out our hands. Well, there was a joke because I was hungry, and you said, I'm going to have an oat cube when I get home. And I was like, can you just teleport one to me?
And I was like, yes.
So she holds out her hand.
And I start like visualizing and feeling like the oat cube. They're like little chocolate chip cookie dough oat pieces, are really delicious. And I was just feeling the weight of it in my hand and like the texture of it and connecting to the molecular structure of like energy that makes it up, and just like how people talk about manifestation, just the intent and the presence with the desire, and just feeling it forming. And then in spirit, like an energy, I could see that it had formed, and I passed it to Casey, and I gave him an oat cube. I teleported him an oat cube.
But you were talking with the morphic fields. Describe what you were seeing when you
Well, yeah, because after that we were like we were playing with it back and forth, we were passing a mango back and forth, playing with this. And then we were visualizing it and feeling it coming into form, and we were acting as if like just tapping into energy as if it had actually appeared, and like what it would feel like in our body and the shifts that would take place. And like I full on visualized, felt myself as if it was an alternate reality of like this oat cube appearing and me just being like, holy shit, this just appeared, and like feeling like I was about to pass out, just like elated with like joy and bliss. And he was experiencing the same thing, just doing the same exact thing. And then I see like zoom of energy just like zoom, pulsing through our collective field of just like red vibrant energy throwing itself around, and it was almost like things were like flying around us, and like I felt like shaking. And then I saw like a crack with like purplish blue energy, and like I was like, oh my god, like we're literally like dissolving this morphic field right now of this not being possible, of it becoming possible.
Yeah, it's the only reason we can't already do things like this, like just manifest something out of thin air or teleport something or use telekinesis to levitate an object, is because there are morphic fields in place. Morphic field is the best way I can describe it. A good metaphor I use is, say, the first person that ever drew a pentagram, the star with a circle around it. When they drew that symbol or channeled it or whatever, it may have had a certain amount it had its own qualities and energies, but that person used that symbol to focus and do magical work and do rituals and healing and all of this stuff. And then when they showed the symbol to someone else and they drew it, because there was this energetic field of information surrounding it of all of the energy and intent that they had put into it, the next person, just by drawing that shape, that symbol, it has its own power. And then that person goes and uses it to do their own work, and it builds up more power through this field of information around it, and so on and so forth, until just the symbol itself holds a ton of power, even if you don't use any particular intentions or activate it in any way. So the same way, there are morphic fields around everything. We have morphic fields around ourselves, our own personal beliefs, the things that we believe, and there are collective morphic fields on this planet. There are morphic fields of control that keep us from being able to simply manifest things out of thin air. We're on an amnesiac planet, which is a planet where when we were incarnate here, we temporarily lose access to all of the memory of our spirit, which is old as time itself. And so without certain things in place, without morphic fields of control in place, preventing certain things like this happening, then the amnesiac planet, the whole us forgetting who we are while we're here thing, wouldn't work. It wouldn't exist. But we're in a time where beings like us doing this stuff are starting to dissolve, soften, weaken, and even in some cases break through certain morphic fields. And so it's a really exciting time to be here.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I think we have people asking questions. So let's see. Jasper said, what percentage of people on Earth are angels, light worker, etc.? What percentage? Okay, well, let's ask. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to answer or should I answer?
You can answer.
Okay, I'll answer this one. So what's happening is I'm asking this question to the Akasha, and then I'm going to wait until I've heard the answer, and then I'll speak it out for everyone. So in terms of angels and what you're talking about when you mean angels or members of the Alliance, shockingly only 0.07% of people on this planet are actually incarnate members of the Alliance. So not a whole lot at this time. But that's still, what, like probably millions of people. I don't know. I don't know the math.
I don't think it's a million. I don't know, but billion? I don't know.
It's a lot, but not comparatively a large percentage.
Yeah. And then so yeah, that's incarnate. Did you ask about in spirit? People on Earth.
People on Earth.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but there was more to it. So, so every single human being on this planet has the potential to wake up to their true nature, to wake up and realize the truth, and to choose to do the work, to choose to do the work of consciously working with their spirit, growing and evolving their spirit and their soul, and helping to aid the ascension of the planet. That potential is with everyone. And if you're wanting to know what percentage of people are currently doing that right now, because this question is like, how many of us are light workers? Mm-hmm. That implies that like you're either it or you're not. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's not so much that.
Because there's so many people who aren't necessarily as consciously aware of our true nature that are absolutely light workers and are spreading joy and love and acting from their true nature, although not like consciously remembering. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then anyone, there could be someone who is a total, like atheist and like very cynical person who spreads a lot of chaos and anger around the world, and they could have a powerful experience and wake up and then suddenly be doing a lot of powerful healing work, like me.
Yeah.
That happened to me. I was an atheist. I was spreading a lot of chaos and anger and hateful things in the world, and I had a near-death experience, and here I am doing this now. So everyone has the potential for it.
Yeah, there could absolutely be atheists who are just full of love and light.
Yes, there
are. Well,
There are. I know many of them who are. Beautiful. Okay. So, and we're going to answer the questions not in order, but the ones that we feel called to answer. So. Do you want to answer that one? Mm-hmm.
Catherine said, how do you reach beyond those ego-based questions on the surface and just let go and let the energy flow through? Ooh, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. So like ego-based questions, I feel like ego-based questions, like what exactly does that mean? Ego-based questions.
Yeah, so maybe you could clarify.
Can you clarify what do you mean exactly by ego-based questions? I love that question and I feel the energy of it, but I want a little clarification. That'd be wonderful. Okay, and this one?
Yeah, pull it up. Okay. What do shadow workers do? Soul purpose or mission? So what is a shadow worker? What do you mean by that?
Yes.
We need clarification. If we're going to ask questions,
specific.
if we're going to ask questions and receive information, we need to know what we're asking for.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that could mean to different people.
Yeah, and it's like you know the energy of it and you know the feeling of it, so it would be different for us to feel into what those words mean for us, but if you tell us what they mean for you, then we can more like with more clarity kind of understand.
So this is a problem where like English becomes a problem. Because all of this stuff is communicated energetically. And when I submit this question, I'm not just submitting it in English to the spirits, I'm submitting the energy of it. So I need to know what energy I'm submitting to them when I ask about shadow workers.
I don't know, spirit told me I was.
Okay. So let me read into this. I want to read into what's going on and why spirit told you were one of those. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to read into this for you, Amber. Okay, so a lot of information came through.
Yeah, it's a lot too.
But basically, this trip around, this incarnation cycle that you're here for, you signed up to go deep into the depths of heavy experiences, heavy pain, or heavy energies. Heavy experiences, heavy energies. You're signed up to experience a lot of physical pain, emotional pain, just lots of pain and really, really heavy, chaotic, uncomfortable energy. But that's not just why you're here. You're not here to just experience all that and suffer. The reason you signed up to do all of this is your work as a shadow worker is to, there will become a time when you have a pivotal experience and a choice you have to make. Where it's kind of like kuchamikwi, where you digest energy, where you're going to take all of the accumulated pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, all of this that you've experienced. What?
No, this is just epic. I'm excited to tell you what I saw.
Okay.
I got excited.
So you're going to take all of this, and then at a certain point, all this accumulated pain and heaviness is going to like burst and explode into like just powerful light. And from that, I just see this like I don't know if you've ever seen like an anime where they like shoot energy up into the sky and there's just like this beam of light that pierces the clouds. I see like that happening, and like just like you transmuting so much heaviness into light, and it's just becoming this like huge vortex that shoots up and just like completely like it is not only it's not powerful just for you, but like for the entire earth, the earth itself and all the people on it. You have an immense potential to create so much change through the transmutation of immense physical, mental, emotional, spiritual suffering.
Whew, I'm like buzzing. I gotta say this. I was seeing, spirit showed me your spirit in this like very vast, dense forest full of trees and like lots of shadows with the trees, and there was like a glimmer of sunlight like shining in, and I just see you like whimsically walking through this forest, and I see you, it's like you're like literally like weaving or like conducting certain energies on your path. I see a lot of like just shadows everywhere, like you're literally plucking these shadows from the trees, from the ground in the forest, and you're like going like making movements like this, like you're literally weaving with your fingers, and they're flowing into your back, like the back of your heart, or like between your shoulder blades. So I don't know if you have like maybe if you feel like a buildup of energy there at times, perhaps. But it's like you're like pulling all of these different things from like just different energies that you may encounter at the grocery store, life experiences, emotions, feeling empathically feeling other people and their densities that resonate with your spirit throughout like time and space, not even just this life. And I see you like gathering all of these, like conducting this like orchestra of life experience, and it's like building up how Casey said, like in right through here. And then I saw it just like you reach a point where it just like fully opens and just like shines out, and it's like I felt it in my heart, and it was so powerful. And whew, yeah, so powerful, so much love, so much love. So thank you for everything that you're doing here, Amber. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You say I do have energy built up in my shoulder blades. Yeah, I can feel that.
Very cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you. You're doing some powerful work, just being you, just not doing anything else, just being you. So thank you.
Yeah, you are. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, we could both see it. We both felt how transformational this work you're doing is for the whole planet. You're really serving Pachamama.
Yeah.
You're serving Pachamama in a big way by doing this. So, yeah, you're doing amazing.
Yes, thank you, sister. Love it.
Thank you, sister.
Okay.
So cool.
So yeah, okay, and then Catherine said, so Casey previously mentioned the common questions, worries, or anxieties of questions lying on the surface. For example, what if I'm not good enough for this job, or I shouldn't be eating or doing this? Okay, so yes, those are the ego-based questions on the surface. So yeah, how do you reach beyond that and just let go, let the energy flow through?
Okay, gotcha. So really drop down out of the head and feel into your heart. So
get in the body.
So start out by feeling a sensation in your heart, and it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when you go to ask a question, whether it's a simple question about like what should I eat for breakfast, or a more powerful question like like where do the Norse gods come from, or like what are the gods, something like this. No matter what the kind of question is, there's a feeling in our body of like when we go to ask the question. We can feel questions forming in our body before they happen in our mind. So if you tune in, you can actually feel the sensation in your heart of a question before it even turns into a question. You can feel the energy of it in your heart. So bring your attention there and feel that. And you'll notice that on the surface level, there's questions about me, the story. What should I do? Where am I going? What about me, 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 me? Mm-hmm. And then there are deeper questions within us. The sensation will feel more powerful, almost more dense in a way. More dense in that there's more gravity to it. Underneath those questions, there are questions that really drive our soul forward. And it has a sensation behind it of like, if I ask this question, it is really going to change my understanding of reality and bring me closer to the truth.
Yeah, and for me, when I first started asking questions, it kind of felt like I almost shouldn't ask these questions. Like it was like a interesting kind of like, I don't know, just I know it's about the morphic field of like, yeah, just almost feel like I shouldn't do it, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's see. We got some other people. Amber was saying, I do have energy. Oh, we already read that. Thank you both. I had a dream where I exploded, but I turned into an aqua dragon. Who knows? The Nike.
That's epic.
That is so cool. Thank you, Amber. This is a cool question. Dude, we're doing great.
This is fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, I was nervous, but I'm feeling better now, everybody.
Yeah, this is all good. So I've obviously, if you guys have been on the channel before, I've been doing these live streams for a couple of years now, at least.
Yes. And I've sporadically done like 4.
Yeah.
In my entire existence in this body.
Yeah.
So I'm like still scared in front of the camera at times, but And I feel so much powerful energy from all of you, which like feels amazing. But like I'm feel like whew, I'm like
Yeah.
whew, everybody's energy is like flowing through me. It's intense.
Yeah, it was intense for me. I don't know what we were doing a second ago, but I was like, we were quiet. I don't know if we were channeling an answer. Like I could hear the sounds outside, and then combined with what I was feeling from this, like the energy just got so intense. I was like,
Yeah.
grounded.
Like when we were doing our meditation, my spirit was full on out of my body, and I was like looking at myself, and I was like, I need to ground. I need to ground.
I'll keep you. I'll keep it tethered to you. I'll tie a little rope around
Like I'm your little balloon.
Yeah, you can be my balloon. I'll just hold you here. Okay. Oh, Arys, time for you to answer a question.
I'll just be the energy
Playtime.
supercharger. Oh god. And then here, Brianna. I am enjoying the energy from both of you. Thank you,
Brianna.
I'm enjoying your energy. And Catherine said, wow, yes, I have always been in my head with questions and never knew how to separate those two. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Yay. Yes, I love you, Catherine. You're awesome.
All right. So I kind of want to talk about our hike yesterday.
Yes. Okay, I'll go to the bathroom now. That's a good time. And then I'll be right back.
I gotta go to the bathroom too. You go first.
Okay.
So we're gonna swap. Yeah. So if anyone has any questions, I'm gonna make a little banner here. We are going to be. Oops. Where am I? I hope you guys are still there. I just clicked out of the screen. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, please comment. We're doing akashic record reading. So this is. Hold on, I can't do that now. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask and this isn't working. So basically, any questions that you have, the Akasha, for people who aren't familiar, is just kind of the collection, the collective unity and oneness of all information. So all experiences, all ideas, thoughts, events that have ever occurred. We have access to that information innately because we are it. We are the one singular unified energy that creates all of this. And also through our guides. We can use the medium of our spirit guides to ask them a question and then receive the answer. But we all have access to this. So literally anything you ever want to know about, you can ask these questions of the Akasha. However, certain questions about like definite futures, about, for example, like, will I get back together with my boyfriend? A question like that. We can never give a definite answer for that because just the act of you asking that question changes the outcome itself. And every decision that we make, every little decision, I'm not talking about big decisions like I'm going to quit my job. I mean decisions like, should I go to the bathroom now or wait 5 minutes? Should I eat a papaya or a mango for breakfast? Like every single decision that we make completely changes the course of reality, and all of our realities are interacting with each other. We're all making decisions. So the state of the future, or which doesn't really exist, is constantly in flux.
Especially right now with the way that the world is changing and more people are waking up to their true nature, which is so exciting.
Yes, it is.
Things are changing like very rapidly. Timelines are like condensing into more alignment like every day.
So yeah, so that's why, like with the Akashic record readings, it's always more beneficial to ask more expansive questions. Ask questions that bring about a lot of possibility, that are open-ended, you know, or asking about the nature of things, or like for example, say someone might want to ask something like, will I get this job that I want really bad? Instead of that, like, what can I do in order to create all of the abundance that I need and more?
Right.
That's way more open-ended and or something, you know what I mean?
And I don't know if you might have already mentioned while I was in the bathroom, but being okay with whatever the answer is and not being like, I want this specific answer to be, and just being open to the possibility of whatever wants to come through to you, if you're like open to receive that. Because if you ask a question and you know what you want the answer to be, that it could also not come through properly as well.
Yeah, like my teacher Zane said, if you have a question you want to ask of the spirits, do not even ask it if you're not okay with hearing the answer that you don't want to hear.
Right. Yeah. So
you can talk to our peeps.
Surrender. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's hear about the nature spirits. Okay. Okay, and then Catherine says, are the creatures of nature, as in insects, animals, etc., our angels and guides, do you think? I have always thought about that, although it may seem like an obvious or loaded question. I'm not sure, since they symbolize to me peace, unity, etc. I love that, Catherine. I love that so much. Yeah, oftentimes I will see a butterfly and like see Fifi is talking and see them embodied as a butterfly, but it looks like a fae being, like a fairy to me, like their spirit does. And oh my gosh, she's so sassy right now, Fifi. Oh my gosh, Fifi's yelling at me. um yeah, I was just telling them how I've seen butterflies look like fae beings, like embodied as a butterfly. So I would say, yeah, that. And I've also seen fairies like interacting with like just other bug spirits and bugs, like they're kind of in like the same kingdom as what they feel like of the fae.
In a way, yeah, because I've same thing. I've seen the fae interact with like insects, like playing and like flying around and dancing with the butterflies. And they have a similar kind of like playful energy as butterflies in a way, but they're very, very different.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like I haven't actually asked that. Did someone ask about the
Yeah,
fae and
she asked. I was just that was just like how I've like what I've seen. Like I saw the spirit of a butterfly as a fairy, but we did not actually like ask this. This was I was just talking about it, waiting for you to come back.
Okay, so
but yeah, let's ask.
what is the question?
Right there.
Are the creatures
Of nature, insects, animals, etc., our angels and guides? Do you think? I've always thought about that, although it may seem like an obvious or loaded question. I'm not sure, since they symbolize to me peace, unity, etc.
okay? So I'm going to start by answering what I've already asked, because I've asked questions like this in spirit first, and then I'm going to channel a little bit further.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But one thing we have to understand about, we need to talk about bodies and how these bodies work. Only a certain amount of energy can fit into a specific type of body. So at this time on this planet, the human form, our bodies are capable of conducting and holding the most like intellectually advanced spirits.
Yeah.
So for example, like in me as an angel incarnate, as a member of the Alliance incarnate, I couldn't just pass on and take my whole form into the body of a cat. She's like, yeah. So I wouldn't be able to do that. So if I wanted to, say, for example, for some reason, I'm like, okay, I really want to experience life as a cat. What I could do is fragment my spirit into many smaller spirits and inhabit the bodies of many cats all at once. So like, yeah, an angel can't just like straight up full on angel form, or like or even any human, whatever their natural form is beyond their human body. They can't just go and like, okay, I'm a cat now. Yeah. There's a process of that, of fragmenting and being in many cat bodies all at once, and having a piece of our power in many, many bodies all at once.
And I want to talk about what we learned last night. We've been asking questions every night, just like being all cozy, asking all sorts of fun questions. And so I'm also an angel from the Alliance, like incarnate right now. And we were just we were curious, and we were like, how many of our fragments are like here? Because like Casey said, for an angel to come to Earth, they need to fragment into different bodies, because that much of a spirit can't fully fit in a human body, otherwise we would just totally explode. And so being fragmented over like 30 different bodies, for example, like whenever someone passes on, the like one of the spirits will like connect with the other one, and then could potentially go into another body after they've like reclaimed that fragment of themselves. And so it kind of builds over time, and the way that the earth is shifting, we are all able to.
So I want to clarify on that, because that's a unique case.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about us.
Right.
We were shattered against our will when we came here.
Not, I wasn't. You were.
Oh, well, you chose to be shattered. Yeah, but other angels could just say, okay, I want to incarnate as the minimum number of beings I need to fragment into, and then they wouldn't merge. They wouldn't merge with themselves after each incarnation. They would just stay like that. I'm gathering myself up because when I came here, my spirit was against my will shattered and sent into many bodies on this planet to kind of like trap me and imprison me here.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it. That's why I'm here. I mean, obviously, that now that I am here, I'm taking advantage of it and learning and growing and evolving myself.
You love being here
Yeah, so I'm having fun. So that's changed. But the original reason why I came here was I was shattered.
You were bad.
Yeah. Well,
no, you weren't.
I was a good guy.
I know you were a good guy.
I was well, depending on your story, because to them I was the bad guy.
I know, but to me you always been the good guy.
Yes, exactly. But so just wanted to clarify on that. Not all beings are like merging up and trying to like put themselves back together.
Yeah.
That's just unique cases.
So I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question because I just was like, because we learned this about ourselves last night. And so I was like, oh, so maybe other spirits who incarnate here are doing that too. Because I chose to be here because you came here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I came here. And I'm collecting myself too.
Yeah.
So can you ask if other spirits who chose to incarnate here and fragmented, if they are also coming back together or if they're staying separate in their own experience?
Yes, let's see. So it's immediately coming through with you, Arys, is that the reason you fragmented so many times is because I was still fragmented many times and you came looking for me and you wanted to be in you wanted to have as many opportunities as you could to meet up with me while incarnate.
Okay.
So that's why that happened for you.
Yeah.
Let's see about other beings.
So I didn't have to have fragmented so much if it wasn't that reason.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah. And let's see about other beings. There are other beings that have similar circumstances that were fragmented in a way that wasn't just them choosing to come here to learn and grow. So there are beings, so that happens. It's all different things. And then there are other beings that, for example, decide they don't want to incarnate as a human. They want to incarnate as a squirrel. And so they have to incarnate thousands of squirrel, or even an ant, millions of ant bodies all at once, several entire colonies of ants inhabited by one spirit. And then when that happens, something may happen. One of these ants passes on their physical form, its spirit goes, wanders somewhere else, and then kind of gets lost. And then they begin the process of having to try and find each other through space and time and incarnations and weave themselves back together.
So then why can't a spirit be like, I want to be a fox, I want to be a cat, I want to be a couple humans? Like, why can't they do that?
I didn't say they couldn't.
Can they do that? Because you said that they'd have to fragment until if they wanted to be a squirrel, they'd have to be like 1,000 different squirrels.
It's just an example. So they could be one squirrel, 5 cats, and like a combination of like a whole bunch. So then
they just have to fragment.
Yes.
It's not about. So there's not like actual. So I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, they have. It's all about what is the body, the vessel, the wiring of this vessel, because this vessel is made of energy too. It's made of energy, and so when we incarnate into it, when our spirit enters this suit, this flesh suit that we're in, only a certain amount of spiritual energy can fit in each body, and so you need to like kind of do some math if you wanted to incarnate a kind of body that you were too big to inhabit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So your spirit was a big boy and needed to be.
Yeah. Well, it didn't need to be. So this is the whole thing about this, right? Yeah. So I guess I should tell the story now that we're talking so much about this.
Because we're just like casually talking about this and they have no clue.
So what happened? So how I came to this planet, right, is Arys and I are both members of the Alliance. The Alliance is the single largest organization in the multiverse, and there are an infinite number of universes. It's the single largest organization throughout the multiverse, and there are posts. There are like outposts of the Alliance in many, many, many universes across the multiverse. Not all of them, because it's infinite, and that would be impossible for any single organization to do, but many of the universes of the multiverse are posts of the Alliance. And so we're members of the Alliance. I'm a member of the Alliance. I'm a special boy. Look at me, I'm a cool angel. I'm so powerful.
Yes.
Anyway, so we're members of this alliance, right? And there was a mission I was given at one point, and I was with another one of my angel brothers, and we were to basically fight off. We were to fight off and prevent this very, very singular, large, and powerful being from coming through and kind of taking over one of these universes and then possibly taking over other universes. I was given a device that was kind of, I guess you could call it like a bomb, and its purpose was to fragment this large being into many, many bodies and have it incarnate on an amnesiac planet, like what was going to happen to me, and that would deal with it for a while, and hopefully through incarnating and learning lessons, it would kind of be reformed, have learned its lessons, and no longer be this destructive force.
Yeah, because the goal wasn't to like kill anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because in truth, you can't really kill a spirit. If you want to deal with a spirit that's really nasty and you need to do something with it, you can fragment it into many, many bodies, have it incarnate on a planet where it forgets who it is, and then it either learns its lesson or you've at least dealt with it for millions of years. And so this is what we were going to do to this powerful being that was going to cause a lot of chaos in this particular universe. And so we got there and we were fighting it, and I had a moment of hesitation. This other being was with me. We were kind of in battle. It handed me this object, and I had the opportunity right there to implant it exactly where I needed to implant it to destroy it. But for some reason, there was a part of me that had learned through so many years about how much suffering I had caused beings in the past, and how I had this moment of hesitation of like, I don't want to destroy this, even if, because I knew I've been a being who's caused a lot of chaos, who's destroyed a lot of things, and I had regret of like, I don't want to do this. And in that moment of hesitation, this being took this device, shoved it into me, and then I was fragmented into many pieces, and boom, put here on Earth into all of these bodies. That's how I came here. And this is what we've been talking about for the past like 15 minutes. And you guys didn't know what we were referring to. Yeah. So that's how I came here. And then we are bonded in spirit. We're members of the alliance. And there's not like marriage between angels, but there is a ritual when two angels or members of the alliance, we'll just call them angels for now. When two angels are deeply connected, they're deeply close to each other, and they want to like basically commit and say like, hey, we are bonded forever. There's a big ceremony, this big ritual that you go through that kind of like bonds your spirits together in a very, very close and intimate way. So like I think it's like kind of like we're spirit married in a way. And so when I was off on this mission, I didn't come back in time.
And it was interesting. I just want to start by saying too that when we first started like remembering these memories of each other upon starting dating last year, I felt this kind of like, I don't know, just this deep wound of betrayal and like abandonment, which I've definitely carried in so many different incarnations, but I felt it directly related here. Do you want this? Directly related to Casey. And I was like, I don't understand this. We just started dating. Like, none of this makes sense. And I was like, I feel like I need to like remember something, like my spirit needs to like hash things out with you in some way. And so I did, I don't know if you could call it past life regression or like akashic records. Like they can be interchangeable for different experiences that you may have.
You remember?
Yeah, I remembered that like what it felt like. I was like, okay, he's missing something, something's gone, like what is happening? And I was just flying around the multiverse, like trying to find him, realize what happened, and was talking to other angels, trying to find someone to help me retrieve him. I remember like looking through all of these like old books in spirit that were like ancient texts, and just flying around asking everybody for help, and nobody would help me. And it just like wasn't possible for me to like take you after being incarnated here. And so I chose to go through an initiation process of like shattering my own spirit so that I could come here and be with Casey. And we found each other.
Yeah. Then here we are now.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are in these magical bodies, experiencing all of this just incredible stuff on a daily basis. And these are our last incarnations here as well. So after this, enough of our fragments will have merged together that we will no longer fit. into human bodies, and we will be moving on to just doing beautiful work with the Alliance for eternity.
Yeah, going back to the spirit realms. They're all spirit realms. Going back to the cosmos, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That was did that hurt?
No, it felt
I was
good.
That was a good one.
It felt
Yeah,
good, yeah.
that was good.
Ooh, that one hurt a little. But in a good way.
So anyway, so I know what we're talking about. All this stuff sounds really wild, right?
Yeah.
It sounds really wild and out there, and like
crazy.
And a lot of people probably think we're pretty crazy. But the thing is, we have experiences on a daily basis that prove to us how real all of this is. And I was an atheist before I woke up and started remembering and seeing and experiencing things like this.
Yeah.
I was of the mindset that if you have any belief about anything spiritual, you're an idiot, and I can prove why with science because I know everything. And after my near-death experience, that completely changed. But I still had a lot of doubt for a long time.
Yeah.
About, even though I was seeing things that were very, very real and undeniable, I had a lot of doubt. So Spirit has continued throughout the years and does every single day. It just gives me proof, undeniable evidence, proof after proof after proof after proof, unexplainable, undeniable experience after experience, to the point where like I don't have any room for doubt anymore. Like it's just I'd have my ego sometimes still comes in and says things, but like I've been given so much proof that it's just it's insane.
Yeah, and we still go through experiences of feeling doubt and fear around these things and then we're just given more and more proof of like, holy shit, like this is real. And reality is so much cooler than any fantasy book could ever even portray.
So for example, we're talking about this, the proof that we're given. So we went on a hike.
Yeah.
Last night. It was like at twilight too, basically.
Yeah,
right?
it was. The sun was starting to set. Yeah.
The sun was starting to set. So it was kind of this cool, like slightly twilighty time. And we were just at the metro parks near where we live. Basically, we live here.
Yeah, basically.
So we were at these metro parks and this little section of forest that we go and walk and hike all the time. And at one point we were walking, and I'm going to skip forward in the story a little bit, but I was staring at the stump of this tree. It was like a tree had been cut down. Somebody used a chainsaw to cut it down. So there's this little like stump about eye level, and I'm looking at it, and I see this little creature that looks to me somewhat like Dobby from Harry Potter, but like darker skinned and like
cute. He was
cuter.
Like what you'd consider cute, not because Dobby's meant to look creepy, but this little nature being was like very like sweet looking.
So I'm looking at this being, and he looks at me, and he's like, "Oh, you can see me." And I was like, "Yes, I can." And he's like, "I don't know if I've ever met a physical human that could see me before." And he was like, "Can you stay and talk and tell me about yourself?" And I was like, "Well, actually, me and her were about to be on our way home, but we'd love to come back and visit sometime." And he's like, "Please do." And so outwardly, I wasn't talking or saying anything. I'm just outwardly, if you're like, I was just kind of staring at the stump. It was all telepathically communicated. And so Arys was like, "What were you looking at?" And I said, "There was a little being on this stump." And then she goes,
I was like, "Oh, he kind of looks like Dobby, only like with tan skin and like big eyes that are like gentle and like sweet looking." And it's like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So we literally saw the same being, the same exact way appeared to us at the same time. And then throughout the rest of the hike, we were pointing out beings that we were seeing. And like 5 or 6 times after this initial one, we saw the same being in the same place at the same time, looking the exact same way to us.
Yeah.
There was one, there were these beings in this tree that looked like these little like white things, like little.
Yeah. I said they look like little, kind of like little Cheos from Sonic. I used to love playing Sonic. And
I didn't.
Little like blob guys.
Yeah.
With like little tiny bodies and like white head. Usually.
Yes. And so I related them to like the little tree spirits in Princess Mononoke, because I didn't know, I hadn't seen those, so that was the closest thing I could relate it to.
We each looked up the picture of what we were talking about, and we were like, yes, it looks like very similar to both of those. It was so cool.
Yeah, and then there was another being. I was looking at one point, and I saw this big like monkey gorilla looking spirit like swing through the trees, and then it like lands in this tree, and Arys goes, "Oh, there's a being up in this tree," right where I had seen it swing to and land. And she's like, "It's like this like gorilla monkey looking thing." And I was like, "Yeah, it was swinging from over there and it came up there." It's like so many, we're seeing these deer
Yeah,
beings.
yeah, we were seeing deer, and then today we were seeing like these serpents that were like floating through the grass, like gliding, swimming, slithering.
Yeah, they were like swimming through the air or something like that. Is what it looked like. Falling through the air. Yeah. So just so many things like this we see and feel and experience the same. And oftentimes when we ask questions of the Akasha, like we'll get, if not the same, like the first part of the answer, and many elements of the answer are the exact same things that we hear.
Like just like with Amber when like you asked your question and then you like received the like words for it, and I saw like it was like a completion of like a reading. That was like so fun.
Yes, different elements, but like the same general information and different aspects. And that's part of our Yanantan dynamic too, is like she'll get certain bits of it, I'll get certain bits, they come together to form the whole picture.
Oh yeah, even when we're each facilitating healings for the other one, we like build off of it with each other and like work in tandem. So yeah,
it's so much fun.
I know,
so cool. All right, let's check these comments.
I think they're about Fifi.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, we already read that. It's the Amber said. Hi, Fiona.
Hi, Fiona. I love connecting with nature spirits. Yeah, we do too. Yeah. Everyone's braver than I am. I met a nature spirit once and ran away like a chicken. That's like,
I feel like fine. That's normal. I feel like I've had experiences like that we can talk about too.
The first time I ever saw a spirit, period. I was driving in a car. Someone else was driving. I was passenger, and I saw this guy. It was like a human, but he was like purple and see-through. And he was walking across the street. And I saw this, and I immediately realized it was a spirit. And I was like, "Holy shit!" So I was just like, just like jumped. The person I was driving was like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" And I was like, just so. But now it's like when you get used to it, you're used to interacting and seeing these things. That egoic fear of the unknown, like that fear of the unknown that we're programmed to have, just kind of falls away, and it just becomes as natural as like seeing Fiona here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was referring to incarnating as many different cats.
Casey's
cat, aren't we?
That's so funny. I love it.
That's so funny, Amber. I love that. That would be awesome. No, I am not coming back to this incarnation cycle just to experience a bunch of different cat bodies.
No.
So did others? I don't know what that was referring to.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What are you referring to, Mike? You guys are so special and magical. Your words are filled with so much wisdom and ease. Much appreciated, and we are all grateful for your healing. Thank you so much, Catherine.
I'm so grateful you're here and that you've joined us and you're sharing energy with us. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
And I have seen fairy beings, and I am very connected to them. We love the Fae.
We love them, yeah.
They're so fun.
I remember one of the first times that we ever hung out last year. We were hiking, just hiking in the metro parks. And I remember I mentioned to you how, like, I've encountered just people in the spiritual community who have said to me that, like, they are freaked out by fairies or fae and feel like they're, like, up to no good and just, like, mischief. Yeah, creating chaos. For pleasure for themselves, and that was before I like had ever actually encountered one myself, like in this life, and I was just kind of like, huh? I was like, that just really, like, you think that? I was like, I don't think so, but I'd never encountered one myself, and I was sharing this with him and how I just was always had the understanding of them just being like playful and like fun and silly and whimsical and just like innocent, but like mischievous in like a fun, playful way. Yeah. And then literally as I was saying that, two different fae like came up behind me and pinched the crap out of like the back of my like arms. But oh my god, it was so funny and I laughed so hard.
And then this was, I don't know how long later, but I remember we were driving back to your place, your parents' place.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the Fae, and then we were describing what they look like to us, and we realized that they look the exact same to us. Like we see them the same way.
Yeah. Wow, and I'm starting to, like, I just realized too, because I remember at that point in time I had seen them with more of like a green hue to them, and now I see like a goldeny like white opalescent energy more so than green.
That's how they look to me.
Yeah,
Like
I remember
golden.
that's how you said it, and I was like, huh, but I see them as like a green energy, and we were just tapping into different layers, and I've deepened my psychic connections a lot since then, so that makes sense too. I was like, that's cool.
We were describing, I remember, like what their faces look like and what their
Yeah.
bodies look like, and we see them the exact same way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So cool.
Amber, I'm afraid of the Fae because I'm a stupid mud person compared to them. What? And they have a lot of rules, like don't say thank you, that I tend to mess up. I'm not familiar with that. Huh. I'm afraid of the Fae because... Yeah, I don't know, Amber. I don't know what you're talking about. What is a mud person? What does that mean?
I don't know. I just usually experience fairies kissing me on my cheeks and like pinching me in weird places and dancing and flying around me.
Yeah, they fly around. Like, they give me little kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Like fly away and then give a kiss and then run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very fun. Although, okay, I will say this though. I've been to other Fae realms.
Oh, really?
There are other kinds of Fae than the ones that we normally see. So she may be talking about a different type of Fae.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've met Fae that were like as tall as humans.
Oh.
And it looked totally different than the Fae we normally see.
Okay. I've never met one in spirit. I've met them like, I mean, like just like here.
Yeah.
Is the only way. And I've encountered like other humans who have Fae as spirit guides who have like come and like talked to me and exchanged energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. Humans in general have done a lot to this earth. They call humans mud people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd say that's a different type of being than we usually encounter.
Yeah, yeah. Could be a different race of Fae.
Yeah.
The one race that now that I'm remembering it, I had a journey and I met with this one race of Fae that they asked me to they were very concerned actually about what humans were doing to the planet. They were very concerned about us falling out of reciprocity with the natural world and everything. And they actually asked me to energetically transmit a message to the people of Earth.
Oh, wow.
Back then. I don't remember what the message was now, or else I'd share it again.
Yeah.
But this was years and years ago. And those were the ones that looked like they were like the size of humans.
Oh, wow. Was that like in a shamanic journey? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wonder if those aren't the Fae that you've met. Yeah, they could be. But the Fae that we were talking about are just very light, fun, playful nature spirits. Yeah. So, yeah. Interesting. Does anyone have any questions of the Akasha about anything we're talking about or anything else? Otherwise, we might, let's see, Brianna. I have a very strong connection with the butterfly. Begins with the butterfly. Oh, beings. And they are one of my guides. Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I have experienced some really powerful caterpillar and butterfly medicine.
Oh, yeah, me too.
There was one point where they were working with me a lot, and they would like wrap me up in a chrysalis. They would like wrap me up and put me in a chrysalis, and then I would like melt, and all my heaviness would come out, and like I would dissolve, and like all the heaviness would turn into light and sami, and then I'd be like rewoven into my body and my form again. That was always really beautiful, transformative medicine. Yeah, I love the butterflies. Butterflies are very powerful. Could be. I don't see them. I feel them. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Not sure. Do you have any questions you want to ask the Akasha Arys? Anybody have any questions? Come on, guys. This is the Akashic Records. Questions about anything, any mystical creature or anything about the nature of reality you want to ask. Now's the time to ask those questions.
Yeah.
You're so cute.
Thanks. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, questions. Can I have a suck? That's a question.
Can I have a suck?
Yes.
All right. So do you want to do some healing for people? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to ask. Let's ask a couple more questions first, because this is so much fun.
Yeah, I'm liking the Akashic record questions. A lot of these we haven't even had to go to the Akasha for because we've already asked these questions.
Yeah, no, yeah, we've been asking so many questions lately. Yeah, or does anybody have any questions about like extraterrestrials or like extra weird questions? Do you have any like weird questions? We like weird questions.
We like weird stuff.
Yeah, we love weird stuff. Hmm. I have a question. Well, this is gonna be okay. It's okay if it's a short answer or not, but because it builds off of a question that you asked the other day about the humanoid form and like where the form of like limbs and like there's these bodies in our heads like come from. So I'm curious if like extraterrestrials who have these like most of the time when I see extraterrestrials, they have very like long, lean but strong bodies with like kind of like broadish shoulders but like very lean. So I'm curious if that comes from the same reason.
Yeah, they already told me.
Yeah.
This. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, do you want to tell everybody? This is really cool what you found the other day. Either way, I wanted to talk about this.
And we need to also clarify because we're using English here. Extraterrestrial means any being that's not from Earth.
Right.
So she's not actually. That's not what she means when she says extraterrestrial. She's talking about specific races of beings.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and I don't know how to call them because I don't like saying alien because that's like.
And also, alien also means
negative connotation.
Alien also means not from here. It could look like anything.
Yeah.
So you need to learn the names of the races of these beings.
Yeah.
So beings like the Arcturians.
Yeah. But I don't know because it's like for with language though, like our one friend who we've been hanging out with who is an extraterrestrial looks like a typical alien, but I asked like an alien as in like the head that's like this with like the bigger eyes, but I asked him what race of beings he's presenting himself as, and it's like cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's like,
yeah.
So those beings, those Moxkagools, look like, and they're taking after the angelic form as well.
Yeah. So
I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, and so she's talking about the humanoid form. Humanoid doesn't mean like human. It means head, torso, stands on two legs, two arms.
Yeah.
Like eyes here, mouth here, fingers and toes.
Yeah.
But it can look like anything as long as it follows those general rules.
Yeah.
That's humanoid. So you're talking about humanoid extraterrestrials that don't look quite like us.
Yeah, that have like the more slick skin and like longer fingers and limbs, but still a humanoid.
Aren't they called grays?
Body.
Some people call them grays.
If they're just, but the grays are a very specific like race of beings. Yeah. When like so many different races of beings look like them, kind of. Okay. But like different variations and textures.
Gotcha.
You know.
Okay. Yes. So yes.
And vibrations, very different vibrations as well.
So basically, we had asked the question the other day because many gods and goddesses are humanoid. Yeah. Many races of extraterrestrials are humanoid. Many beings from all over are humanoid. Many beings in mythology are humanoid. Even the Fae. Yeah. Those little nature beings they're small, but they're humanoid. So why are there so many beings across the multiverse that have the same general form and shape? And the answer that we were given is that the Alliance, right? So the Alliance, which is it's a harmony faction. Should I just tell the whole story over how the Alliance started?
Yeah.
I guess I should if I want to get into that.
But first tell this part.
Well, because it leads into it. Okay. It leads into it. So I think I have to tell the whole story of how the Alliance started. No, you're right. I can skip it.
Because I love how we're like boom, 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 but just to keep it a little bit like smooth. Then we'll come to this.
Smooth. Yeah. Smooth. Okay, so so as the Alliance was forming, it's a harmony faction, beings that had decided that they are trying to maintain harmony and balance, the balance between light and heavy, just the natural order and harmony of the multiverse. As the first beings forming this alliance an unfathomable amount of time ago, they're beings of all different races, all different shapes, all different forms, all different planets, all different universes that they're from. They came together and they decided, okay, we need to create a form that we can all take on and work in, so that one, people know that we're members of the Alliance, that we can represent this organization that we're founding, and two, we need a body and a shape that is ideal and the most efficient for this type of work that we're doing, for the work that we need to do when we're fighting and acting as mercenaries, for when we're communicating and talking to other races of beings, for when we're doing healing work, for when we're anything, for all the work that the beings of the Alliance do, for navigating all this. And they created what they the ideal form for them was the form of the humanoid, of the angel, that was the form we know as angels, and that was their ideal form. And so over, you can imagine an unfathomable, we could say billions and trillions of years, but that doesn't even touch it. It's way longer than that. Over just an unfathomable amount of time, certain race members of the Alliance would go to certain planets, and then they may start out there doing a mission, to try and help this race of beings with something, and then something may happen, like a member of the Alliance falls in love with a race of this other of beings on this other planet, and they mate, and then their children start to look more like humanoids, more like members of the Alliance. And then there was, in fact, at one point, a faction that formed within the Alliance that believed that their form was the superior form, and that all beings should take on this form. And they went around the multiverse, basically creating beings and coaxing evolution into the form of the humanoid of the Alliance. Yeah. That faction no longer exists. That's since been resolved a long, long time ago, but that did happen at one point. So that is the reason why so many beings have that shape and form. So to answer your question about okay, so they don't look exactly like angels or humans, it's just that the
adaptation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over time, like mating and evolving, and all of that. So that's how they came to be. Yeah. Okay. Michael says, you go forward, not back. I don't know. Once you leave Earth, you are an interdimensional being. So we still have bodies. We still have form when we exit this planet. Yeah. So inside of our bodies, there is a spiritual body that pilots this body. And when we pass on, when our physical body dies, we still have that body and we can still travel. And everyone's different. So there are some beings that are able to bilocate, trilocate, put themselves into thousands or millions of locations at once and be in many universes and many places at once. And there are some beings that can't separate at all. They're just them. Some can do it twice. It's all different. So every being is unique and different. And but we wouldn't be able to use these senses. We wouldn't be able to see. We wouldn't be able to think thoughts with our mind. We wouldn't be able to smell, taste, touch if we didn't already have all of these senses in spirit first. Mm-hmm. So the experience we have as humans of sensing all of this and feeling all of these emotions, experiencing reality, tasting food, smelling things, seeing things, that's not unique to humans. Mm-hmm. We all, spiritual beings have that, and we wouldn't be able to operate these senses if we didn't have those in spirit first and foremost. Yeah. Yes. So, very good. Very good. Very good. Questions, people. Bring your questions to us. The questions that are burning inside of your heart to know. Yes. Come on, guys. We know you're out there. We know you're listening. I see at least 5 of you looking at us right now. I'm looking at you. Do you feel me? Do you feel me looking in your soul? How's it feel? How's it feel with me looking deep?
Peer pressure. Ask questions.
I see 2 more of you just appeared.
More people to ask questions?
We didn't make a banner. We should have made a banner. Yeah, I tried to do it when you were in the bathroom, and I was like, this isn't going to work. Dang. I could have done it.
Ask questions. Open invitation for this experience.
How about this? Anybody want a past life healing?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there something that you feel like you can feel it in your body, or just something that reoccurs for you, a struggle that you've tried to face that just feels like you need to go deeper than this current life's experience?
Let us know.
Yeah, it's could be a felt sense.
Mm. And I'm gonna eat a mango after this.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about those mangoes after you were saying about the fruits the other night when we were eating those mangoes. I was like, oh, this feels just like primal and perfection.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
So there's only one.
You gotta tell them how you peel and eat the
Yeah.
mangoes. Yeah.
So I made a post the other day because we ate some delicious mangoes, and my post was just like mangoes exclamation mark because it was so good. I had to shout it from the rooftops, and my cousin commented and was like, "How do you cut a mango?" And I was like, "You don't. You don't cut a mango. What you do with a mango is you peel the skin off, and you got this fruit on the seed, and you just eat it like you're eating corn on the cob or something. And you just eat the flesh off the seed with your hands, and it gets all over your face, and it's just so primally pleasurable and delicious. And you just that's how you eat a mango. It's messy.
I used to like cut them up in these like nice little neat cubes, and then like plop them onto a little bowl. And he's like, "Excuse me." No, and I was like, I ate one like that for the first time the other day, and I was like, I can never go back.
Yeah.
It was just delicious, like full body experience, sensational.
It just do way.
Yeah, that's the way.
That's when you do way.
Yeah, you have.
Now you know do way.
Here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Does prolonged fasting tend to be a legitimate spiritual practice? Prolonged fasting.
Okay, I'm going to tune into the energy behind what he's saying, and then I'm going to ask this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
No, you asked because I'm like remembering research that I've done that like other people have like talked about, which resonated for me, but I like, so I already have my own kind of like,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to tune into the energy of what you're asking, and I'll answer this for you, Jasper. Fasting for spiritual growth is one of the many tools we have to enter into altered states of consciousness. That's what I'm being told. So when we deprive ourselves of our other energy sources, we're not consuming food as our energy source. We're just consuming pure air and taking in a lot of energy. This creates a cascade effect of change throughout our body. Our gut microbiome changes, certain processes happen within the body, things change, our chemistry changes, our brain chemistry starts to change, and it puts us into an altered state of consciousness that can be beneficial for spiritual work, although it's not necessary for anyone, in the same way that no one has to take ayahuasca in order to gain any kind of realization or advance in any certain way. It's a tool that can be used and is beneficial for some people, and some people will gain what they're looking for out of fasting through that altered state that it creates, and other people are going to miss out on the medicine because they're not tuned in and tapped into it enough.
Well, and I didn't even try to like ask. I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna like close my eyes too, and I was shown like the human body, and then it was kind of like this hollowed out central column with the chakras, and I saw them just like breathing, kind of. It looked like they were like breathing, and yeah, as everything is like getting a break, it's kind of like your body isn't using its energy to like digest and like process things, and there's no like as much brain fog due to like eating and digesting, and if you're eating the proper things that your body wants and all that, it just felt like a clear like reset where they get to kind of breathe. And then I saw like once you break the fast and take the medicine from that, I see it just kind of like nourishing and like refilling as if like liquid light is being kind of poured into the body. So
like a reset in a way. But so the same thing I was saying is like it's a like we're consuming energy, like other not physical energy in the form of food, but our energy centers, like you're saying, they're now like our primary thing driving us through this experience. So
a deeper connection to like the spirit and body versus the mind.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's a good question.
So yeah, it can be a legitimate practice, absolutely, but it's not necessary. No one needs to do it. But the people that choose to and tune into it properly and really tune into the energy mechanics of what's happening to their energy system as they're fasting, it can be very powerful for people. Yeah. I would. So you'd like a past life healing. Brianna, I would, and Jasper would as well. Sweet. Got tons of people.
Mike said why. Does that mean you would too?
So I want to tell you something about this. Is Magic Mike. Magic Mike we call him Magic Mike because he's a very magical being. Magic Mike exists in like many different realms and timelines all at once. And he'll say something in a live stream like this or to you in person, and you'll be like, I have no idea what he's talking about. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. And then like something will happen like 2 weeks later and it'll click and you go, oh, that's what he was talking about. So in the moment, you just can't try to understand the things that he says most of the time because it's not for your logical mind now. It's for you to realize later. It's medicine for you later. He may be talking about something that happened in a different timeline. As he's seeing this, the way I see this, and Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is kind of your experience where like you're seeing things happening in multiple future timelines as well as the past. It's like your experience of reality is a lot more interwoven and complex. It's not so streamlined and straight.
Oh, hence what he was saying before.
In Ohio, cannot touch phone. So yeah. So that's what I call him, Magic Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't try to with your logical mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Understand what he says. 2 points, $300. Yeah.
All right, got it.
Dwine. So yeah. Okay, cool. So we're going back here. I went too far. Okay, Brianna, should we do everyone? Do you think?
Yeah, should we do a group or should we do or individual?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. Do you want to do?
Because what are there? 1, 2,
3. Yeah, we can do 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do all of you guys that have commented. Yeah. Amber, Jasper, and Brianna. Was Amber first?
Yeah.
Okay. Amber, what do you feel like you're in need of healing for in terms of you feel there's something relating to a past life that needs healing? Otherwise, you wouldn't have said you would like one. Yeah. So where do you feel this in your body? What does it feel like? How is it presenting itself in the now first before we start to read into the past and heal the past?
While you type this and transmit your energy, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I knew you were going to say that. So yeah. What we're doing is we're kind of tracking. We're getting information on what's happening, how this is presenting itself right here and now. And then through that, we can pinpoint more easily the exact past life or where we need to go, what information we need to receive from the Akasha in order to actually address this effectively and heal this. Let me see here. We had also Brianna and Jasper. So if you guys could as well, we'll scroll back up just in the meantime while we're waiting for everybody. If everyone could just type out and let us know whatever this is, whatever you feel like you need healing for that relates to a past life, how is it showing up right here, right now in your present reality? What do you feel? What emotions do you feel? Any ideas you have about like what thoughts are associated with it? What emotions are associated with it? What type of trauma? And even describe simple sensations in the body, like it feels like a contracted aching or longing in my chest or whatever. Just describe as much as you can about how it's presenting itself now. So Amber, Jasper, Brianna, if you could all give us information.
Catherine said, I would love one as well too. Beautiful. So also Catherine, please.
Yeah, so please give us that information. And I guess I should as well go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Well, so you can talk to the beautiful people here.
Yeah, sounds good.
And you have Fiona. Whoa. She's a drama queen. Fiona is a drama queen. Like,
she didn't want her seat to leave as soon as she sat down.
This is the thing. She meowed like that, like I was hurting her. I was not hurting her. I was just moving her, and she didn't want to be moved. She is a total drama queen,
Oh
man.
my
I swear. This
Can you
cat.
here? I want to see. I can show it. She's going to sit right here. Oh, now she's getting up.
She doesn't like to be on camera.
I know, Sweefy. It's only your tail. You don't need to be shy. She's gone. She's gone. Okay, so I will pull this up. I will pull what you set up, Amber, as soon as he gets back. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, very interesting. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. How does your heart feel, Amber? Where does this live in your body, and how does your heart feel when thinking about how this? Yeah, when thinking about all of this, where do you feel it in your body? Mm. Whew. Yeah, really tight in the chest. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Feel like this is going to be beautiful. And I also want to say, I don't know if Casey already mentioned, if um, any of you resonate with the, whether it's the sensations or the words being spoken, anything at all, even though this may not be your direct experience, this could absolutely be a healing for you as well. A lot of the time, when we're in a collective community and one person has something that they're experiencing, a lot of the time others may resonate as well. So whoever's open to receive for any of these can be, yeah, healings and clarity for everyone involved. And then you said kind of my whole core really constricted. Okay. So yeah, I didn't read this out loud yet because I was waiting for you. So Amber said, I've had some past life entanglements with the Catholic Church. Several people told me I was cursed by the Vatican. Hank did a healing on it, and I got a call from Italy about 10 minutes after leaving. And then she says it feels really tight in the chest, kind of her whole core really constricted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's read into this.
Yeah.
Are you going to recall the past life, or am I going to?
I just figured since we've both been kind of like closing our eyes and just like whether it's been like specifically me or you, we both get information anyways, and it seems to build on each other really nicely. So I figured we could do that.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start talking because I can feel a lot of information is about to come through. So I'm just gonna speak it as it comes through. You were a druid, so you're a druid priest, and it was in a time when the Catholic Church was kind of like trying to wipe out the last of the druids. Okay, well, I need to slow this down. There's a lot coming through. I'm going to slow it down and let it come through in a way that I can translate to English. Hmm. Okay, so you were causing a lot of problems, basically. You were quite powerful, and they killed you. And you reincarnated 3 more times as a druid priest, 3 times in a row. That's how powerful and connected your spirit was. The Catholic Church didn't like this, and they had records of you as you would reincarnate and do all of this stuff. They had record. They kept record of this stuff, and you were causing a lot of trouble for them, and they didn't like it. So there were members of the Catholic Church that knew how to, basically, for lack of a better term, contract demonic entities to deal with people like you. And so they contracted a demonic entity to bind to your spirit and basically cause you to totally forget and lose a large portion of your power, and also keep you so distracted by things like pain and suffering and heaviness continually generated in many forms, so that you would no longer be a problem for them, to kind of disempower you as much as they could. And this is life where you transmute that, or you transform that and are free of that. So, Amber, we're with you in this collective space right now. Are you ready for us to help you? Are you ready to be free of this? If you're not ready to face it now, we can face it later. But if you're ready to face this now, we will. And I'm surprised that Spirit let me just say that out loud like that. Normally that's something that Spirit would be like, hey, don't do that. But I was just talking. Spirit was just coming through. So this is interesting. I've never done something like this on a live stream before.
Yeah.
Wow. My demon sucked. Yes, I am. Okay.
Wow. I see this energy like squeezing you in your chest and your gut, just like pulsing, squeezing, like hanging on there.
I'm seeing the same thing.
Yeah. Like it's trying to like cut off the flows of energy.
So bring your attention to this sensation and spirit energetically. This constriction, this squeezing down, this cutting off of life force, of life flow.
Yeah. Yeah, and the solar plexus and like the upper heart.
And I'm calling upon friends, members of the Alliance that can be with us for this. So not just the angels that Arys and I are connected to, but other, even more advanced members of the Alliance, even more powerful angels. We're calling on them to be of assistance here. There's a mechanism they put in place where they basically caused you to be extremely attached and identified with all of your issues and suffering that's being caused by this angels of or this demonic being that is attached to you, to the point where like you don't actually want to give it up, is what your spirit's saying. Your spirit likes it. That's not true, but this is a mechanism that they've implanted to keep you stuck with it. So I want you to feel this part of you that believes it could never be free, that believes this is the way it's supposed to be. Find the part of you that beyond that feels like it actually likes this, even though it's really uncomfortable, even though your logical mind is like, I don't like this, I hate this. Feel the part of you that likes it. Find that piece of you. Come there with us.
Yeah. I feel it in your heart as if it's like a splinter, kind of. The sensation of like, yeah, enjoying, it's like pleasure through the suffering. And I feel how it anchors into the solar plexus.
Just bring all of your awareness here. From this splinter place, all of these like chains, these dark, heavy chains just popped out, and all of us members of the Alliance have grabbed onto these chains. We're holding them. We're pulling them taut. Arys, can you see what's at the inside, the base of all of these chains inside of this splinter?
Looks like a big, like, cylindrical, like, metal weight. I see you. Markings, like ancient markings, like carved in with light.
I'm reaching a hand out to a piece of you that was broken off in exchange for this thing that's been implanted into you. I'm reaching out to this piece of you that's actually not here on Earth, it's somewhere else. I'm reaching out to this part of you, and I'm offering a hand to bring this piece of you and your power here so that we can bring the necessary energies and circumstances for us to undo this, to undo this binding. Feel me reaching out to this piece of you and pulling you back here into the now and into your body.
Yeah. I'm just feeling the weight getting heavier in the chest as this comes closer.
Arys is going to hold this piece of you and help it to merge with yourself to make you more whole again, while I start to work with the other angels to rewrite this piece of code within you, to unravel this heavy metal thing with the code inside of it. We're going to work to decode it and deactivate it, while Arys and some other angels work to merge this piece of you and your personal power with your full self here. There was so much energy stored in that thing that when we pulled it out and undid it, one of my angel friends like found something on the back of it and goes, "Oh, I recognize this. I know how to undo this one." It like did something to it, and then this angel threw it like up into outer space where it exploded into this giant like inferno of energy. The angel then created like a little black hole, like a mini black hole, and sucked all that energy up. That was really intense. How's it coming along with merging this?
Really good. Yeah, I see her Amber's body like from behind, like her astral body. It's like split almost from like the nape of the neck, like in a diamond formation down to the tailbone, where like this entity has been kind of just like this energy isn't taking up so much space. And it's like I saw a lot of it was like it was kind of like it looked like burnt carcass inside, which is like not the most beautiful visual.
Mm.
But we were just like cleansing it out and then like slowly merging this like fragment of this huge fragment of light back into your body with like ease, and then we're allowing it to the rest of your energy body to like just repair itself and like reweave.
And as this has been happening, the angels and I have been pulling out like an impossibly long amount of this chain that's inside of you. We're pulling it out and removing all of it as you continue to merge with yourself and become whole.
Yeah.
And this is causing this being, which is trapped in and has all of these chains and all of this stuff hooked into you, to suddenly like break loose. It's running around like in your energy field, hitting different imprints. You may feel different pains in your body, physical pains, as well as like intense energy sensations and emotions being shook up because this being is like running free in your energy field. So we're tracking it down now and trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah, and if you're feeling chaos in your mind, then that's normal as well. I feel lots of pressure and chaos. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, just allowing a lot of energy to just pour out of your navel. And just feel your heart starting to get lighter, feeling more free and expansive. Like you can actually breathe, less tightness in your chest, more of an opening in your shoulder blades. And if you need to move around a little bit, that is welcomed.
And just wanted to update you that being has been caught and taken away by the Alliance.
Ugh,
So that being is no longer with you.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like your body might start to feel like if you don't feel it today, you might feel it tomorrow, kind of like if you've been stiff for a long time and suddenly you have more range of motion, and it might be kind of like achy to start welcoming these new ranges of motion, but doing so will be very beneficial for you for sure. Ooh. Whoa.
And I think what that translates to you, Amber, because I know you have that hypermobility disease, or
Oh,
your joints are too hypermobile. I think how that translates for you is that you can start to feel gently, very carefully, and gently start to explore, not pushing yourself, being very easy and gentle with yourself, but like realizing that certain motions are safer, that you won't dislocate. But again, be very, very mindful, very, very careful, because your body still has this condition. Just be very, very mindful and feel the safety, the sense of safety in doing certain motions. And when I say certain motions, I mean micro motions. Like you may just start barely, barely moving your shoulder. And like just feeling the sense of safety, like it is safe for me to move like this. I'm not going to dislocate, knowing that it's safe, and just really gentle. Start as small, like micro movements.
And even like my body is like trying to. You feel? Oh, you say I feel very shaky right now. That's okay. A lot more energy is able to flow through your body, and it's like a total like clean slate in that way. Whew. But I felt my body like wanting to do like little like micro movements of just like my shoulder blades like doing tiny little circles. Like it's almost like my body is literally just kind of like doing it and I'm not even like trying to do it. So it's definitely not a way of like force, but just where your body, like allowing your body to lead the way. Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, I feel it too.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is what's happening. Whew. Oh, I feel like this is healing my scoliosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Oh, I gotta do this though now.
Amber, I want you to take a very slow, gentle, deep breath in and gently hold at the top of the breath. Slow, deep breath in, gently holding at the top of the breath. Allow all of this energy flowing through you to evenly disperse, to harmoniously disperse throughout your body as you're holding. Let it settle into the places where it needs to settle. And when you're ready to exhale, do so very slowly and feel all the energy softening and expanding outward. If you're able to, Amber, saying out loud, I am safe. Repeating that a few times. I am safe. I am safe.
And I want you to bring your awareness to your solar plexus as you're repeating this mantra of I am safe. And just feel how your personal power, which resides in the solar plexus greatly, how it's starting to stimulate, like it's coming back to life, almost like a pulsing. And just feel this energy communicating with the rest of your body that you know you are safe. You remember what it feels like to be safe. You've forgotten for a long time, but this remembrance is being awakened within you as we speak. Feels powerful. And also repeating to yourself, I am whole.
Repeat it a few times in a row. Feel it more and more every time you say it.
Yeah, feel the words vibrating throughout your body, communicating. I am safe.
I am whole.
I am whole.
Ooh.
Whew.
Mm. We're going to leave 3 of our angel friends with you. Sandalphon is one of them. That's an archangel a lot of people know about, although he's different from the descriptions I've read of him. And then another one of our angels is named Jikshmi. And then the other is the closest English word I could give for it is like, it sounds like Latrus. So they're going to stay with you and help you to continue to integrate all of this. This is a massive shift, a massive change, and your body needs a lot of like reweaving and a lot of micro adjustments to your energy field after this. And we just don't have the time to be with you for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave 3 of the members of the Alliance with you to continue this work. So after we're done with this live stream, just lay there and feel them working, reweaving things, making adjustments to your energy field.
Yeah, and since you have so much more space in your body when things like this happen, it's very normal for your spirit to want to kind of like explore these new spaces that it has access to. So if you like find your body naturally wanting to move in a certain way that feels comfortable for you, that you can trust, that is safe for you to move, so that you're not hyper. I'm not familiar with this condition, but
yeah, basically the joints are so.
Yeah, I understand that they can like move out of.
Dislocate.
Yes. So with that in mind, having like a balance of trust and also mindfulness that your body might want to guide you into some form of movement that could be gentle and beneficial.
And I'm also getting from that, it'll be extremely beneficial to listen to your body, because your body's communicated a lot through pain to you. And so listen to what else your body's talking to you, what else your body's saying. Listen to how, like Arys was saying, how it wants to move.
Yeah, and be open to the possibility that like maybe you want to feel pleasure too. Maybe your body wants you to feel pleasure. I feel like I have way too much space in my back right now. I feel kind of energetically naked on my backside. Yeah. That thing was like from the nape of your neck all the way to your root. It was taking up so much space in your central column that is meant for like you.
Yeah. So this feeling of feeling like naked, again, this thing's been with you for lifetimes.
Yeah.
And so now that it's not here, it's like, whoa, is this okay? This isn't. This doesn't feel safe. This isn't.
Right.
This isn't what I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
So it will take time for you to get used to that. Yeah. And that's a part of the integration process, as well as just spending time getting to know you.
Right.
Getting to know who you really are. So do a blackening. You know, you've been in the apprenticeship before. Do some serious blackenings and really get to know you and what you are like without this being there anymore. The real, whole, free you.
It's way too much to explain, but everything makes so much sense. That's so beautiful.
Beautiful, Amber.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But I felt something wanted to come through that, like I was paying attention to you talking and I lost. Let me see if it wants to come through again. Oh yes. If you feel a sensation of like you're missing something too, like in the coming days, if it feels like you're like missing something, like whether it's the sensation of like longing for a friend you haven't seen in a while or just like missing clothes on your back, like that is absolutely normal as well. And yeah, just be open to the possibility of exploring you and what has been hidden from you by this energetic situation.
Very good.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of beautiful, feel-good energy is ready to flow and make its way through you and into the world.
And Amber, I'd like to say also, in the interest of Aini, because this was powerful, this is a big healing, in some way, if you could reciprocate. And that doesn't have to be financially. It could be. We have a link in the description to make a donation if you'd like to donate. But if you can't contribute financially, if you could at least like share this video with people, share this video with people and tell them like, hey, like, look, this really helped, or just like, this video is so cool, watch this, like, promote us somehow, or in some way, or send someone else. If you know someone who's got an issue that's really difficult, send them to us for a session or something. In some way, if you could reciprocate, because this maintains Ini. And you know all about Ini. If you maintain the flow of Ini, things are going to be a lot lighter for all parties involved. So reciprocate somehow. I encourage that.
Yeah, and also, I don't know, give yourself gratitude for being ready to let this go and open up to more of who you truly are, unraveling into that magnificence, Yeah, you deserve so much gratitude as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, this is powerful.
Yeah, give yourself some love.
Yes, she said, thank you. Seems too small to say, but thank you both so much. You are so welcome. I feel your gratitude. Thank you. She said, yes, I plan to.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Amber.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, that was pretty intense. Do we want to do another one, or do we want to call it after that?
I want to do some more.
You want to do another one?
Yeah,
all right, let's do it.
I have a lot of energy right now.
Yeah, I do too. I want to make sure you weren't, because that was really intense.
Great. That felt good.
I do too.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so who else is with us?
Yeah, before we started, wait, let's see who the second person that said.
Well, go
Amber said I would.
Okay. And
then Brianna said I would. And then Jasper. And then Catherine. So what do we do? Is anybody who's still here?
Yeah, okay. First off, we need to know who's here.
If you're open, if you were open to receive and you claimed that earlier, please let us know if you're still here so we can know who to move on to and whatnot. And then Amber said, that was crazy intense. Yeah, it was. That was really, there were multiple different things happening at once. I could feel I don't know what to call it. You can help me with the language. I'm learning with the language here. He's helping me with more clarity with speaking. But it was almost like I could tune into the different layer of her energy body that you were pulling these chains out of. Yeah. And then I was also tuned into the different layer where myself and the other angels were working to pull these things, pull the carcass type energies out and reweave, and so much was happening all at once. So it's incredible that you're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah, it was amazing. There was so much happening, and this is also really cool for us because we've been through a powerful training arc in our lives of developing our psychic abilities, our ability to heal with each other and heal each other, and just perform healings and going deep into our connection with spirit and go really amplifying and growing and evolving all of our abilities. And so this is really the first tandem healing we've done since this big training arc that we've been going through, and that was just amazing. So thank you, Amber, for coming forward and being open to that. That was really, really amazing, and we're grateful for you for coming forward and and allowing us to facilitate that healing. Thank you.
Yeah, that was magic. Okay, and then Jasper said, I'm here still unless Brianna is still here and would like to go first. And Brianna is here too.
Okay.
Cool.
Brianna, and then Jasper, if you have time and you can hang around, we'll do you too.
Yeah.
So Jasper, if you have time and you can hang around until afterwards, we'll see. We may finish with Jasper. Let's see.
Okay, then Catherine said she has to get going to bed. You're not a party pooper. It's okay. Thank you so much for everything. And continue with these wonderful healings. Yay, I am so grateful for you to have brought yourself here, Catherine. Thank you so much. Sending you so much love. And I wish you a beautiful evening. I look forward to connecting with you.
Thank you, sister.
Yes. And Amber said, a Nike, a Nike, a Nike, a Nike kuyaiki.
Arpichai songkolai.
Yes.
A Nike kuyaiki. Wilkanuna penichai.
Okay, so Brianna, yes.
So Brianna, what's going on? Brianna, what's going on? What do you feel like you're in need of healing for in terms of this past life healing? So how's it showing up? What do you feel in your body? What are the thoughts associated? What are the emotions associated? What do you feel is going on that you feel you're in need of a past life healing for? What's showing up? What's going on for you? Please tell us. Brianna says, you're so welcome.
That's
Thank you, guys. I mean, that's what I meant, Catherine. You're so welcome. Thank you, guys. We're in other dimensions right now.
I had to take my socks off.
You had your socks on this whole time?
Yeah, I had them on.
Yeah, you wear your socks in the house sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not a sock person. I don't like socks.
I don't know. I go through phases with how I feel about socks, but my feet got a little sweaty after that healing, so I had to take them off.
In my mind, I'm just like, how could you wear socks through that, man? That's too much. Too much energy for socks to hold.
Yeah, they're off now though, so
yeah,
you good.
All right, so let's see what people are saying. Feels like my back area. What's going on in your back area, yes. Brianna?
What does it feel like in there?
What's going on with your back?
Do tell, do tell.
And what makes you feel like this is related to a past life? I'd like to ask that as well.
Yeah.
What happened?
I almost kicked my drink.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get more water.
Hey, can you refill me?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. And I want to scroll back up here and see. Jasper, had you told us what was going on, what you feel like is happening in terms of the past life? I'm scrolling up now, but I don't think I see it. Oh, here. I sense there was multiple times I was betrayed in past lives and it's causing major blockages. Okay. So we got that there. Good. Now that I know that's there, I'll go back and reference that when we're doing yours. Was that dear to me, Magic Mike? I don't know. What are you asking? Was that dear to me? I don't know what you're referring to, Amber. Brianna, are you with us? And if you're having troubles with internet connection, because I know that's happened to you a couple times when I've been doing healings. Oh, here you are. It feels like I got stabbed in back type feelings. Okay, we can work with that.
Okay.
Brianna feels like she's been stabbed in the back.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this one more time.
Okay. So Brianna, bring your attention into your back, this area in your back where it feels like you've been stabbed in the back. Feel these sensations fully.
Thank you.
Bring all of your awareness there. Feel them and join us as we become aware and start to read into this. So the life that I'm seeing, you were, I don't know, it looks like somewhere in what is now Europe. But you were fighting with a bow in a war, and you're a bowman, and you were shot in the back. So someone in your own army shot you in the back with this arrow. And all I can sense is this part of you believing fully with every part of your being that was done on purpose. But what I'm sensing is that it was an accident. But this version of you, this life that you were in, looked around and turned and saw the person, and it was someone who in this army you had kind of had some fallings out with. And so you were convinced that they had, in pure spite, taken the opportunity that they could to kill you, when really it was actually an accident. So the energy for this is forgiveness, and realizing that we don't always know everything. Sometimes our wounding causes us to see reality in a way that is not true. So I want you to think about all the times in this life where something has happened, someone has said something or done something to you that you thought was out of spite, thought because they didn't like you or they hated you for some reason. And think back to this life. Remember, imagine this life where you had this person who hated you, who really didn't like you, and you were convinced after you were shot in the back with this arrow that they had killed you in pure spite, when really it was a pure accident. They had no intention of killing you. So I want you to bring all of your energy into your back. And first admit to yourself, I do not know everything about everyone. Feel that medicine, even though it's bitter. I do not know everything about everyone. Sometimes I misinterpret things because I am wounded.
It's feeling like contractions in the heart, and how living carrying this kind of energy is shooting out projections into your life of like the assumption of like, oh, like maybe they're out to get me, or oh, like they did this to like hurt my feelings, or oh, they must not like me. Oh, like shooting these things out, which is kind of like creating these like backstabbing kind of sensations and experiences.
Brianna, are you tired of living with this? Are you tired of living with this wounded perspective? And are you tired of projecting and living in fear that people are stabbing you in the back and are out to get you and hate you? Are you ready to be free of this? I heard her spirit say yes.
And then she just typed in the chat, yes.
Very good.
Oh.
So in your back, this arrow is still stuck in there, and it carries.
Oh.
Okay. And it carries the energy and the imprint and all the wounding surrounded by this, and it's what's fueling this.
It's festering.
Yes.
It's like an infection of energy, like an energy festering.
So I want you to feel as both of us grab on to this arrow in your back. Feel as it becomes more solid. You can feel where it's stuck into you. And Arys, can you do the thing where you coat it with light to dissolve it?
Yeah, I'm coating the infection with like an energetic salve. First, starting on the outside. It's like very swollen and agitated. Just providing surface level relief and calm from the latest. Going deeper and deeper into this space. Until we meet the wound itself. The core of where this arrow is. I'm going in, coating it with light, and I'm also seeing this arrowhead where it's almost like it's like poking out of you a tiny bit. I'm just allowing it to dissolve. The rest of the arrow is coated with light. And it's able to be slid out, but it's bound in your body by this energy still. Yeah. Yeah. And feeling your heart, just go into the sensation of when you do have these thoughts and projections that manifest in your life. Just feel how that makes your heart feel. Kind of like your heart is being pummeled or like poisoned slowly. And then what I'm seeing now is it's like your energy body, like your hands are like holding on to this arrow and it's like feeding this poison into your heart, like you're feeding yourself poison. Just see how that makes you feel realizing that. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to feel bad about. It's just about taking accountability and realizing that as much power we have over ourselves to create this kind of suffering, we have even more power within ourselves to free ourselves from it. Yeah, I need you to, something for you now, Casey.
Will you continue?
Yeah, something is here.
Yes. Brianna, I want you to start to gather into this area in your heart that Arys has been directing you into. I need you to start to pull in the frequency and the vibration of pure forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for others, forgiveness for this person who shot you in the back, forgiveness for the people in this life that you've perceived to have hurt you, or even the people who may have genuinely hurt you and left you feeling hurt. I want you to pull in the energy of forgiveness because you need to realize, as Arys was saying, that you're only poisoning yourself continually by holding on to all of this. And the antidote to this poison is forgiveness. You don't need to carry this with you. You can let go of this. So pull in as much forgiveness as you can, knowing that you're not forgiving anyone to help anyone else. You're forgiving them to help you, to free yourself. As Arys said, you have the power to free yourself. Bring in forgiveness and start to gather it all up in that area in your heart.
And going through this experience, you may be feeling like deep sorrow, bouts of anger, and like that's okay too. Because you're sick of this, you're done with this. It's ready to leave. It's time to let it go.
And in a moment, Brianna, I'm going to have you gather as much of the emotion and vibration and feeling of forgiveness into your heart all the way to your back as you can. And I'm going to have you hold your breath in a moment when I tell you to. You're going to pull all of this forgiveness there. And then I am going to pull this arrow out as you exhale with an explosion of forgiveness, feeling it as deeply as you can. So for now, gathering more and more and more forgiveness into your heart all the way to your back. Gathering, 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 building, building forgiveness more and more and more. Gather it up tight, pull it deep into your body, fill your body with as much forgiveness as you can, and take a deep breath in, pulling all that forgiveness in, and hold your breath. When I count to 1, exhale and explode with forgiveness as I pull this arrow out. 3, 2, 1. And returning it to the earth. And we're doing work now to cleanse out this wound. One of our guides, Thrax, the angel, is coming in with many, many small blades, many small knives, and cutting away at pieces of your body where the infection has rotted things out. He's cutting all of this out and pulling it out.
And at the same time as he's doing this, I'm weaving in fresh CK lines, which is just the fabric of reality frequency, just weaving it into your body through your crown and just threading it down your central column. Kind of like those mesh patches that people put on wounds. It's kind of like that in the form of CK lines. Just feel those absorbing into your body, into your being. And softly and gently expanding, allowing more energy to flow, aligned.
Si benduramieneyo Anuriore amienu.
And feel this reverberating throughout your energy field.
Songo noi pansaite retlensikaya hunde chai ban kumbo ratinai ngo.
Whoa.
Yeah. Brianna, take a deep breath in and sigh out and relax your body. And another breath in, sigh out, relax your body. And again. Feel the energy of gratitude starting to come up in your heart. Think of things that you are grateful for. Grateful for this healing. Grateful for the food you've eaten today. Grateful for your family or friends or soul family. Just gratitude. Feel as much gratitude as you can growing inside of your heart, spreading through your back and all throughout your energy field.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're doing great.
How do you feel, Brianna? Let us know how you feel. Thank you. How do you feel now? Whew. That was another good one. It's powerful.
I don't know. I'm still like.
Oh yeah, you were in it, man. We were both in it, but you were really like there.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, feeling amazing. Good. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you so much, Brianna. And same thing, any way you want to reciprocate, if you can, the link below to donate for this healing is there in the description of the YouTube video. You can donate if you feel called. That helps us to be able to do more of this and help more people and all of this. It keeps the energy exchange flowing. Or if you can write a review for us or share the video in different groups that you're a part of. However, or you can do a combination of all of them. However you'd like to reciprocate. We would very much appreciate keeping the divine reciprocity going. I started to cry during the healing, she said.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So got such a beautiful release of emotions. I'm so glad, Brianna. Thank you, sister, for coming forward and being ready to heal today. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Do you feel like you have one more in you?
I think we can do Jasper.
Yeah.
I had to go to the bathroom first, though, but John just went in there.
Yeah.
So, Jasper, I'm going to pull this up as he made a comment before about.
He is. Oh,
Nope.
okay. Yeah, the first one I know.
Jasper says, I sense there were multiple times I was betrayed in past lives and it's causing major blockages. Jasper, are you still with us, first of all? Are you still on the live stream? And if you're still here, how is this presenting itself to you in this life? Are you feeling like distrust amongst certain people? What do you feel in your body? How do the emotions feel in your body? Just describe as much about how this is currently presenting itself as possible. Yeah. Wow. This is good. I can feel how this is, because as a shamanic healer, we're all one, and every time we heal someone, we also receive that healing. And so I can feel how this is like clearing certain things for me as well. Like way.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. How's everybody feeling? Yeah, and I'd love to know how you guys are feeling just with the energy of the eclipse as well. So it's pulling up so many emotions for us. This is, in particular, such a deep time for death and rebirth. I had like a version of myself die off earlier today. I sat in like a little ceremony with my mom actually. It was really beautiful as we're both transitioning into different stages in our lives. So yeah. I want to know, how are you guys feeling with the eclipse? And yeah. Whew. Yeah. I feel like we're all experiencing a collective death and rebirth. Amber said, I just got back. My body is purging. Wow, yeah. Yeah, let it out. Offer no resistance. Yeah, you got it. You're doing great. Whew. Yeah, you guys are all doing great. I can feel it. Hi.
Hi. Jasper come back?
No.
No, Jasper?
Not yet. If he's oh, here he
There
is. Yeah, and Amber said this. I just read out loud. And then Jasper says, I have a hard time trusting in general when I go deep into my consciousness. The feelings of fear and guilt come strongest. It's the main thing keeping me from letting go at times. Yeah.
Very good. All right, let's take a moment.
One of those two.
A little hit of our
Yeah.
baby pin.
I'm gonna cleanse my energy.
Okay, Jasper. Open yourself to being read. Open yourself to allow us in to see the truth behind what's really happening here.
There he goes.
What?
I feel him opening up more. Whoa. Yeah, I feel how, yeah, you said when you go deep in your consciousness. Yeah, I can feel how, like, just like the compounding of the fear and the guilt, it feels like starting through here. Like, it feels like it's always so interesting and fun to like try and describe things with words that really it can't be. It like feels kind of like sludge, but like rocks, like sludgy rocks, like compounding and filling this area.
I'm seeing the story now. I'm just allowing it to fully unfold before I start to describe it.
And just bringing your awareness deeper into these sensations in your body, feeling this mass of energy kind of like piling on itself. And let it continue to pile on itself. As if it's just collecting all of these bits of guilt and fear in this space. And feel that you are held in this space with our angels, our guides, your guides as well. Feel them placing their hands around this space energetically, knowing that it's safe to feel these sensations.
Okay. So Jasper, I told you the other day how you're a member of the Alliance. I don't know if I did tell you that, actually. I'm not sure if I did.
Surprise!
But you are a member of the Alliance. And you had gone with one of your angel brothers. One of your angel brothers to incarnate on an amnesiac planet. Not Earth, it was another race of beings. Their bodies looked like almost like a cross between like a tank that we have on Earth and like an insect with these big, sharp, long legs. And they were very skilled with like energy attacks, where they would like just blast pure, powerful energy that was very destructive. And it was a planet that was at war a lot. And this angel brother was incarnate with you, but you didn't remember each other. You never remembered or broke past the amnesiac barrier on this planet. And so you were on the same side, fighting on the same side of the war. And your angel brother ended up defecting and ended up becoming like kind of a spy, like someone. I guess we're putting it into human terms. It's a lot different than this. But they were kind of like a double agent. And at a very key point in one of these wars, when your army was about to really take a big step forward and like towards winning this war, your brother who had betrayed you, who you thought was your you thought was just fighting the war with you, ended up coming in and completely sabotaging an operation and killing you along with hundreds of your other race of your other comrades on this planet, for lack of a better word. I'm having difficulty with the words because I'm trying to use English to describe things that aren't English. But anyway, you were betrayed by him, killed many of your comrades, killed, betrayed by this brother of yours. And when you died, you saw immediately that this was your angel brother. This is a member of the Alliance, a fellow member of the Alliance. And you were like, how the hell could they have done this? Even if they forgot who they are, how could they have done this? And when they passed on, you met up and you were very angry at one another. You were very, very angry, and you felt like you couldn't be in the same organization as this other being that had done something so atrocious. If that kind of evil and horrible behavior existed within him, you could never truly trust him as a member of the Alliance either. And so you were in the Alliance, and a lot of mediating was done to try and heal the rift between you, to try and heal both of you, but it just wasn't working. And so the solution that the angels came up with was that you would both incarnate on Earth, go through incarnation cycles, have interactions with one another, and continue to incarnate over and over and over again, interacting with each other over and over again until you had resolved this rift between you. So that's where the original wound comes from.
And I've just this whole time been like, everywhere that I've been touching my body is where we're working in your body. I'm not entirely certain what's happening.
I think my phone's about to die.
Okay.
If you guys lose us, does it say 2%?
Yeah, you'll just plug it in. It'll be fine.
Hopefully it can charge fast enough to. Oh, did you unplug it?
Oh,
I got it.
that was whack.
Ooh, we might lose you guys, just so you know. But we're still here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it'll charge fast enough for us to stay on.
But yeah, this whole time I've been